Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see Cleveland taking on the Bucks. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Pass to Vanderbilt. Now Dort. Towns in the corner. 5 on the clock. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
Now here's Levine. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Puts it up off the inbound. And Halliburton finishes inside. Halliburton's got the opening bucket of the night here for Milwaukee. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Castle. To the inside. Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down hard.
And how about Adebayo just getting up and getting athletic?
On the wing, Levine. Over Thibault. Levine's shot is off.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Now here's Embiid. Count the basket.
And looming large on the interior. Embiid, hard to deny.
Here's Halliburton. Here's Towns. And then Karl-Anthony Towns with the jam.
Oh, my. Karl-Anthony Towns with a little extra emphasis on that one.
Pass Pass to Mathurin. Takes a three. The rebound by the Bucks. Halliburton outside. Outside, Levine. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And over the years, Levine has put on the muscle, which helps him on those challenging finishes at the rim.
Here's Castle. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Here's Embiid. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And how about the vision from Castle, spotting that opening and making the pass on time.
Towns, the screen. Pass to Dort. A three-pointer, no good. And the Cavaliers with possession here. Got that bucket in no time at all.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
In the corner, it's Levine. Traps in the tray. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. There's a minute 47 left here in the opening quarter. Back to Mathurin. 6 on the shot clock. Bangs home the trifecta. Mathurin's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Cavs.
A smooth operator in that pick and roll. Mathurin understanding how to capitalize with that handle.
Again, Levine missing.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Now, here's Halliburton. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Here's Towns. No dice on the putback jam. Cleveland leading by 6. And it's Mathurin missing.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it. Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And so Levine will bring it up now for the Bucks. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. From downtown, it's Adebayo with the rebound.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Mathurin has been leading the charge for the Cavaliers.
Your Milwaukee team.
He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no sign. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Milwaukee trails by 8. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Adebayo the screen. Here's Castle. Trying to get open is Adebayo. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got his first 2 points. Right side, Levine. Got a piece of it. Thybulle with the ball. Now defended by Levine. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Pass to Mathurin. Here's Castle. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And that's a relentless effort from Dort. Just a great physical defender.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it. And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
Towns wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Towns has got 5 minutes.
Does so much out there to stretch out the defense, and he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Milwaukee trails by 7. Fires the 3. Here's Vanderbilt. Pass to Towns. Halliburton with it. Back to Towns. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Vanderbilt misses. Stolen. Over in the corner, Mathurin. Nailed from three-point land. Mathurin's got the lead up to 10 now for the Cavs. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
4 on the shot clock.
And what makes Castle so difficult to guard is that he keeps defenders off balance with this constant change of pace.
For Cleveland, they have only been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively. And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Here's Levine. And then Levine with the champ.
And there's a reason Levine was a back-to-back champ at the slam dunk contest. He doesn't waste an opportunity to put on a show.
Here's Adebayo. Rebounded by the Bucks. On the wing, Levine. 7 points in the game. Halliburton with it. Outside, Towns. No good on the 3. Cleveland leading by 9. Here's Castle. 5 points in the game. Misses from short range. Pass to Dort. .152 left to play here in the half. Here's Levine. Driving in. And he uses the glass on the layup. Levine's got 9.
Without a doubt, one of the game's most graceful athletes. Levine just seems to glide down the lane.
Mathurin for 3. That one does not go. It puts him at 5 for 9 from the field. Halliburton with the bucket.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And Adebayo throws it down.
Hey, you try your best defensively to push Bam away from the rim. That's easier said than done.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Different look now for Cleveland. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the second quarter. Left side, Halliburton. Over Drummond. Pass to Towns. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, an incredible offensive force. Towns showing that strength and touch off. This guy can do it all.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of the game. The Cavaliers lead by 4. There's the pick. To the middle. Here's Hackett. Nice defense from George. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Levine wide open. Tries again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Personal foul.
Andre Drummond picks one up.
And there are subtleties to Big Cat's approach. Nice pump fake that time.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Monk outside. His three-pointer's off the mark. And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Bucks. Trailing by 2. That gives them the lead. Levine's got 12.
And we don't talk about the shooting of Levine enough. Connecting from 3 at a great clip over his career.
Here's Black. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Castle. Mathurin for 3. It's rebounded by Towns. And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Now Halliburton. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Cleveland with the ball. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Down low. Oh, Embiid too tough inside.
What a nice design on that play. Adebayo seeing the floor so well.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Here's Castle. 5 points in the game. Kick out to Levine. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
3 points.
This is something Castle has been working on, developing his long-range consistency.
On the wing, Levine. Vanderbilt with the screen. And Zach Levine hits from deep. Levine's got 17.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here he goes. And Levine with the slam.
Such a gifted scorer. When Levine is this locked in, the defense is in for a long night.
Pass to Vanderbilt. For the lead. And another three for Milwaukee.
Something sapped them of their energy defensively since halftime. In the first half, out there scrambling, running, hustling. Since then, not so much.
Back to Embiid. Good work there as it goes. Embiid's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
Hands it from downtown. Towns has got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Castle misses. So it's the Bucks now. To the paint. Back to Levine. Driving to the basket. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Cleveland trails by 4. Pass to Mathurin. And he goes in for the dunk.
What a motor. Mathurin can go all night, and he has. What a performance.
Back to Levine. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one.
First personal foul.
That one on Embiid.
Team foul.
Yeah, easy call.
The Bucks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
A different look now for Cleveland.
Now a veteran in this league. Levine wants to compete for championships at this stage of his career.
Pass to Monk for the 3. Drills it from outside.
That's pretty much not how they defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Black. He's covered by Halliburton. Levine for 3. And the Bucks miss again.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And Cleveland turns it over again. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. .19 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Substitutions in the quarter.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaime Jaquez. That is his first foul of the game.
3rd team foul.
1:12 left in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Okogie. And here's Schroeder. Inside. Mobo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Cleveland trails by 3. Here's Black. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Black's got 5.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Count it. And the Bucks lead by 3.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Monk outside. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Now here's Schroeder. Here's Bona. The putback. Done outside. Schroeder up top. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Here we go, fans. Put your hands together. Joe Milton,
9 seconds left in the third. Takes it from 10. Got it off in time. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for Milwaukee.
44.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. With the game in the balance, coach was calm in the huddle. His main message, execution. He told his team to make sure to remember what they talked about during shoot-around. We've got a great ending in store, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Halliburton with it. Pass to Towns. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
Here's Mathurin for 3. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Here's Castle. And he jams it with authority.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
Halliburton with it. Mathurin picks him up. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pass to Mathurin. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And one of the better athletes in his draft class, Mathurin, with quick lift off the floor and then the power to hammer it home.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Now Towns. Shot clock at 6. Bucks passing it around. Levine for 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Cleveland trails by 5. Embiid inside. Embiid powers it down.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
To the right side. Outside, Levine. Pass to Halliburton. He gets it in there. Halliburton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Halliburton using his length and getting in the lane.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Out to the right wing. Embiid from outside. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Here's Halliburton. Tipped away. And stolen by Thibault. Pass to Castle. High post, Embiid. Here's Castle to take the lead. They get it again. And Embiid throws it down.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
Now Halliburton. A 3. And it's Towns missing. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Adebayo. Pass to Castle. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Levine. Drives to the hoop. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Pass to Adebayo. Embiid the screen to take the lead. The shot by Adebayo, no good. And stolen by Thibault. Mathurin with the ball. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. On the clock. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Castle. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
That one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
.52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Embiid.
And it's the size and mobility of Towns that makes it so hard to deal with, especially when he's looking to score.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Seconds left to play in the final quarter.
That is world class.
I've seen Matt there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And so it's Haliburton who brings up the ball for Milwaukee. Outside, Levine. Towns the screen. Out to the wing. Ooh, offline. Here's Castle. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. To take the lead. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Castle's got the first points here in the overtime period for the Cavs. Outside, Towns. That's tipped. And stolen by Thibault. Here's Adebayo. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Levine, here we go. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
First personal foul.
And we all know what an incredible athlete Levine is, using those physical tools to draw the defense's attention.
And so Levine nails both of them. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
And the basket by Castle.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Towns the screen. And there's the drive. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Third personal foul.
And how about those long strides of Towns? Uses that length so well on these drives to attract contact.
And Towns drops them both.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1 possession game now.
There's the screen. Outside Mathurin. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Haliburton. And he comes up with the deuce. Haliburton's got the game tied up here for Milwaukee.
Defense doing their best to put Haliburton off balance, but he stays flexible, kind of warps around the defense and adjusts to the contact.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Levine's shot is off.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Here's Castle. Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. Pass to Mathurin. It's in!
And wow, Mathurin, the youngster, making his presence known.
Kick out to Levine. And stolen by Thibault. Here's Castle.
Pressure moment for Castle.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
Embiid is at the elbow. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Drains the three-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
The versatility of Adebayo. He can initiate and he can shoot off the catch.
We see the Cavaliers get the win here. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that'll do it, folks.